I have a book of Proverbs right here. Book of Proverbs. That's like, sayings, things that you should live by, things that make sense, advice for life, things like that. Here we go. Check it out. Trying the same thing over and over and expecting different results is crazy. I knew the Eagles weren't going to win this game. I knew that. I said that in the podcast episode the other day. I keep saying it. Why would they? Because Doug Pederson throughout the week in all of his interviews showed no signs of changing anything. Doesn't think he needs to run the ball more. Doesn't think his play calling is an issue. He plans on doing the same thing over and over. How in the world do we expect to get different results? Right? So I take a parlay, and for some reason, the only game I lost, for some reason I picked the Eagles to beat the Browns. Because when I'm on the app and I'm looking at it, I guess just the Philadelphia inside my soul cannot allow me to pick against the Eagles. So I picked the Eagles over the Browns. And they lose. Because why would they win? Doug Pederson is literally banging his fucking head against a brick wall every week. What is going to change? When it comes down to the third and the fourth quarter and you need things to happen, he just backs Carson Wentz straight up in the pocket, runs the same basic ass go routes and stop routes, and the same thing happens every week. What's the incentive to watching this game? What is the incentive to watching this team? The fans are frustrated. The fans are frustrated. They want you to tell them something, and you're blatantly telling them to their faces, I'm not going to do anything different. I'm going to run this into the ground until I get fired. Let me tell you guys something, man. In a game where it is raining and it's windy and it's cold and you have two quarterbacks who have not been good, Carson Wentz and Baker Mayfield. The Browns head coach uses his fucking brain. Critical thinking. Yeah, this video is going to get demonetized because I keep saying the F word. I don't fucking care right now. The Browns coach uses his brain. And he says, what should I do in this game? I should give the ball to my well above average running backs a lot more than I make my quarterback throw the ball. This is literally basic football strategy. The Browns throw the ball 22 times in this game. Baker Mayfield only had to make throws 22 times. And I didn't count how many times he rolled out of the pocket, which is another basic strategy for a quarterback who's better at throwing the ball on the run than throwing the ball from the pocket. How does an NFL head coach not understand this? Baker Mayfield throws the ball 22 times. The Browns run the ball 40 times. Carson Wentz, Doug Pederson. Doug Pederson is like a fucking infant child. He's a goddamn toddler. You're telling him to put his toys away. No. Doug, it's not working. Change something. No. Wah. Doug Pederson, Carson Wentz throws the ball 35 times and runs the ball 25. Browns throw the ball 22. Eagles throw the ball 35. Browns run the ball 40. Eagles run the ball 25. So the streak is still alive, Doug. At least you're keeping your streak alive. Miles Sanders still does not have a 20-yard rushing game. Does not have a 20-carry game in his career. Miles Sanders still does not have a 20-carry game in his career. He was knifing the defense apart in the first quarter. Same thing happened last week. And Doug Pederson abandoned the run again. Same exact thing. Why would we sit here and watch you try the same things over and over and over and over when everybody with a brain can see that it's not working? Someone said on the radio in an interview this past week, Doug, do you think you should run the ball more? Do you think I think I would like to get Miles more involved in the game plan. I would like to. If running the ball more is what has to happen, then okay. You got me in a corner. I guess I have to run the ball more. So we're in this game. I was watching my guy Philly Mike and Lord Brunson talk about it pregame. The Eagles need to run the ball in this game. It's going to be sloppy. It's going to be ugly. The weather's not nice. They need to run the ball more. So we actually set ourselves up for this. We actually set ourselves up. We actually turned on the TV and expected this idiot to run the ball more. Last week, Miles Sanders had 15 carries. This week, that's a 6. 15 carries. This week, we actually told ourselves Doug Pederson was going to give him the ball more. He has 16 carries. I can't even believe I'm up here screaming about this. I really can't. The logic part of my brain tells me sensible things all week long. And then when Sunday comes around, the Philadelphia in my heart and my soul takes over. The irrational, unrealistic emotion takes over. And here I am again. Miles Sanders, 16 carries. In a game where it's raining and windy and your quarterback has been atrocious. You literally have the worst quarterback in the NFL statistically right now, and you're making him throw the ball 35 times, and you're only giving your star running back 16 carries. The guy who is second in the NFL in yards per carry. You fucking idiot! So, there was a play in the third quarter, third down, where they actually ran a play-action bootleg. No, it was a first down, but they ran a play-action bootleg, and Carson Wentz hit Jalen Reagor for 9 yards. Carson Wentz, in his most comfortable place, rolling out of the pocket, throwing on the run, hit Jalen Reagor perfectly for 9 yards. The guy's calling the game on Fox literally says, wow, it was nice to see that rollout by Carson Wentz. They need to find ways to make that happen more. And the other guy says, yeah, they do. They don't hardly do that at all. This is not rocket science. It's literally on a billboard in front of your fucking face and you won't do it. And Doug doesn't do it again. Carson Wentz is not a good pocket passer. And all you do all game long is drop him straight back in the pocket. That wouldn't even make that wouldn't even make sense with a good offensive line. I didn't even get to the offensive line yet. You add in the fact that you have a piss poor, putrid offensive line, it makes even less sense. And then you add in the rain and the wind, it makes even less sense. This guy has to be trying to lose his job. There's no other explanation for this. Speaking of the offensive line, 38-year-old Jason Peters. 38 years old. You can't say this about many NFL players. 38 years old. Is out here getting his ass kicked. Why is he getting his ass kicked? Because he's 38 years old. And we're all shocked. I remember week one. People tweeting from these Bleeding Green Nation pages and all these pages. Jason Peters is getting his ass kicked. Jason Peters has not been good so far. He's 38. Why the fuck would he be good? Two plays in a row. When, first of all, dumbass Greg Ward decides to let another punt go back into the 2-yard line. 2 plays in a row. Jason Peters gets beat on a run protection, and Miles gets hit in the backfield, barely gets out of the end zone. The very next play, Jason Peters gets beat again, and Carson gets hit for a safety. Get Jason Peters off the damn field. How hard is this? How hard is this to figure out? You got 23-year-old Jordan Mailata sitting on the bench. Matt Pryor's out here getting his ass kicked. Travis Fulgham was targeted how many times? Travis Fulgham, he was targeted 7 times. He only had 1 catch for 8 yards. Alshon Jeffrey, everybody. Oh, Alshon Jeffrey's coming back. Alshon Jeffrey's coming back. This says 1 target, but I remember 2 off the top of my head. So there's 6 minutes left. The Eagles are down by 12. Carson lobs one into double coverage. Alshon does a little, jumps like a half inch off the ground. Doesn't really make an effort for the ball. It doesn't matter. It was a horrible throw. Pick! The pick 6? Combination. That's the story of the Philadelphia Eagles this year. You know, so one group of people who is screaming, Wentz sucks, get him out of here. Another group of people is screaming, Doug Pederson sucks, get him out of here. Another group of people is saying, it's not Wentz's fault, it's the offensive line. I got news for you. It's all 3. The play calling, dropping Wentz straight back in the pocket, combined with a terrible offensive line. Carson doesn't have time to throw. Combined with Carson making very bad decisions. All 3 are bad. The pick 6, Carson steps back. Jalen Reagor runs a slant route. There's nobody near him. And he looks right. Watch the replay. It looks like he looks right at him and decides not to throw it. Holds the ball for another second. Gets blasted in the back as he tries to throw it to Miles. And it's a pick 6. All 3 things combined are bad. That's it. That's all. 14 minutes and 23 seconds. That's all the time I'm going to put into this. This Eagles team doesn't deserve any more time than that. I can't bring myself to watch one of these games without getting pissed off. I don't know why. I said last week I'm done. I thought they had a small chance against the Browns. But now it's 100% clear as day. Nothing's going to change. Doug Pederson plans on calling the game the same way every time. Carson Wentz is going to do the same thing every time. We are done. We're not beating the Seahawks. We're not beating the Packers. We're done. Give me all your frustrations in the comments, man. My name is DJ Eastwood. This is Run It Back. Go Sixers!